Everyone, welcome. Just waiting for Michael now, and we'll be good to start. How are you doing, everyone? I hope the mood is great. GM. I see we have already 30 people in the audience. Should be a very fun one. Just waiting for Michael, the CEO of Drift, and we'll be starting very shortly. I see Michael is in the audience already. We're getting him on stage, and we'll be good to start.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Michael. Yes, loud and clear.
Hello. Hey, Barney. Hello,
Oh,
audience. Good to see everybody here. Really happy to be here today. What's up?
I see we already have 35 people. Maybe let's give them like 2 more minutes and we can officially start then. But till then, how is your Friday going? I guess it must be hectic with the platform launch, right?
Oh yeah, it's been a crazy week. Really fun actually. I've actually spent most of my days on Spaces. It was a really spacey day. So just up the Bitmart space. Before that was in another show, and before that was in another show. But yeah, just trying to push and get as many people as possible in early, so they can also enjoy all these multipliers that we're going to talk about really soon. But it's been a fun Friday. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm sure the community will appreciate that even though you have so many tasks and spaces to attend to, you still want to make sure that you're connected to the community and spending time with them. So that's super nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm available also in Telegram for people, and I'm in and out most of the day in the communities. So feel free, if anybody needs to ask something or wants to talk, I'm there like every day. So feel very free.
Yeah, that's very true. I must say that out of many builders in the space I worked with, you are probably one of the fastest repliers and definitely not the least busy ones. So that's very good.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I try to, manage my time better. Yeah, it's hectic sometimes. There were months that I was like 15 hours back to back meetings, but I kind of, I think, organize myself better. So,
Life of a founder, right?
yeah.
I see we have 42 people already. I think we're good to start. So officially, welcome everyone. It's great to see so many of you here. Today we have Michael with us, the CEO of Shift. Hello, Michael.
Hello, hello. Glad to be here. Thanks for everybody who joined us today. And thanks for everybody who joined the launch and came to the Discord and came to the AMA. Really cool. This means you're actual OGs and really interested in the real product that we're making. So thank you very much. It's really great to, actually be in our spaces and our community and not just other people's communities or, just facing the audience and talking with people. So really happy to be here today.
Amazing. Happy to have you. Um, so I think we can start with a quick introduction for those who don't know you, don't know the Shift team. If you could just give us a quick background um, of yourself, the Shift team, and um, how did you get to be the founder of this great company?
All right. I hope it won't take too much time, but I'm happy to give a bit of a background about both myself and the team so people understand. Just say also, we're all docs, no anons. Everybody is on LinkedIn. We're a licensed company. There is no, apes and ducks and things. We just can't because we're an RWA issuer. But let's take a few steps back. Nice to meet everybody. I'm Michael Bar Zeev. I'm 46 from Tel Aviv. I've been in the tech industry since 2001. I've been a builder, I guess, since bit after 2001, but working in the gaming industry. I created a few companies and sold them. And later on in the retail and e-commerce space, also created a few companies, not sold them. And then in 2017, where everybody was talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum, I had a friend who created a digital assets group, a DAG, kind of a thing of the past today, but back in the day, people that wanted to be kind of in crypto and more institutional. So we had this group of companies which comprised of a wallet and custodian, research algo, and OTC desk. And I was the CEO of the wallet company, and that was my crash course in crypto back in 2017. We built an MPC B2B BitGo competitor. That was sold, the entire group was sold to Fireblocks for $100 million. I later went on to work with Cardano and Morgo, the mother company of Cardano, or a Japanese entity, creating transparency and traceability for food products. We worked with enterprises like Nestle and Carlsberg, bringing traceability from basically from farm to table for some of the products that they have. So, very interesting experience in blockchain, but not in finance. I later had a role as CTO of a mortgage company that raised over $200 million from banks and institutionals. And, did that for about 3 years. And then in 2022, on the day that Terra Luna collapsed, it actually took a few days, but I guess in the end of that collapse, I got a phone call from one of the co-founders of this company, and the man who actually came up with the idea and the problem, a guy called Bar. Um, and Bar called me and he said, "Listen, Terra Luna collapsed," and I was a bit out of crypto, and he mentioned that there are currently still two big players in the stablecoin industry, and I asked, "Well, still Circle and Tether?" And he said, "Yeah, that was back in May 2022." And that was the point that inflation was hitting about 5% that year and 15% 3 years before. And our initial thoughts was to create a yielding stablecoin that was based on RWAs that would negate inflation, preserve purchasing power, and actually be a strong holding for many, many years. That was our initial thoughts, and that was kind of how we started this all. Once we had regulation and that smart contract and the first thing in place, we understood that we can actually create an RWA factory. And people told us, "Hey, that's a nice yielding stablecoin, but we want Apple, we want Tesla, we want leveraged ETFs, we want all sorts of things." So from that point, we kind of shifted and pivoted. I want to mention a few other people that without them, there would be no shift. Our CEO, Daniel, a lawyer of many years living in Amsterdam, um, that had worked previously in Zyzen, which is a project house that took in Shift back in 2022 and 2023. And finally, Shift grew bigger than Zyzen, and we took Daniel in as our CEO. And Daniel was involved in multiple projects on the EU side, even the Europe chain. That was supposed to be the EU. Stablecoin, very interesting project. So Daniel, which is our CEO, many years of experience in legal and crypto, and Thomas Wolf, our technology leader, CTO, which was the former CTO of Flow Traders. Flow Traders is the biggest market maker algo trading in Europe. It's huge company. It's a TradFi company, and we're very proud to work with him. He's really super duper experienced in everything that has to do with trading systems. Um, as you know, Shift creates tokens that are backed 100% by stocks, bonds, ETFs, and other financial instruments. These all have to be bought in brokers and kept in banks and custodians. So that work is a lot of the work we did, and we'll talk about that soon. But just emphasizing Thomas's importance on the team. Next, we have Shoham Ben Ruby, our legal and co-founder. He is an ex-regulator from the European ESMA. It's kind of the European SEC, and also the Israeli SEC. So just so you know, he is one of the most experienced and professional crypto legals on earth. He's been leading the legal department, which is, I guess, probably other than tech, most critical department in this company. We're not only a tech company, but we're very much a legal tech company, as getting RWAs as compliant, regulated, and permissionless is a very, very difficult job. So Sham stepped in and became a co-founder back in 2022 and is leading until today everything that has to do with legal. Next, we have Tomer Nooney, our CMO. Tomer has created over, I guess, 100 TGEs and ICOs since 2016. Extremely experienced in Web3 marketing, and very known persona in the, I guess, top VIP rooms where we try to get into. He's already there. And I can also mention myself, but yeah, I also gave the introduction. I do biz dev and commercialization, partnerships, and a lot of communication. That is just part of the team. We have about 20 people on the team currently. So a lot of firepower, a lot of very, very talented people, both on the tech side, on the marketing side, on the legal side, as I mentioned. Yeah, that's the gist of it.
Awesome. Amazing. Thank you for that introduction and for describing the whole core team, let's say. I see we have 60 people now, around 20 joined since you started. So just once again, welcome everyone. We're with Michael here today from the Shift team. We just started. Michael just gave the quick overview of the core team, their backgrounds, which are, for those who missed it, you definitely missed out on something very interesting because the backgrounds are much wider than you would expect and very, very rich for sure. So Michael, your own background is definitely very interesting. You also mentioned you've been around since 2017, so a very, very long time, definitely considered an OG in the space. Luna collapsed 2022. That's definitely a very, very close time in crypto to my heart. I lost my $50, which was like one of the last savings that I had in crypto back then, like 50 out of my $200. So I definitely remember that moment vividly. It was very early days for me in crypto. I just started back then. So very nice to hear a story. Thank you for that. And with that, we can get to the main part of the AMA. So now I want you to go deeper into the Shift launch. Of course, you gave the background on how it all came to be, and now I would love to have you speak a bit more about um, what Shift is, how people can get involved with it. So, without further ado, let's get into that. So, first of all, tell us, Michael, how does Shift deliver real 2x, 3x or shorting opportunities exposure without any liquidation risk?
Okay, that's a really important question. So, um, let's take one step back. I want to explain that Shift creates tokens that are always one-to-one backed. I think I mentioned that previously, but emphasizing this is very important to understand. It's not a matter of what stock or what ETF. It is always backed one-to-one. So the way the leveraged ETFs that were introduced works are we buy one leverage ETF for every stock that we mint and for every token that we mint, sorry. And that leveraged ETF is issued by a company called Direction. Direction issue basically leveraged ETFs that are 2x, 3x bidirectional, both long and short, and give the opportunity to invest in something which is multiplied or you um, a bit more leveraged, but you do not have a perp here on a DEX, which is open to the dangers of liquidation. Even if the asset goes down by a major percentage, the initial principal is kept. And even if this position goes down to a really low place, it is not erased and not liquidated, giving you the chance to jump back up if you actually stay long enough. So it's really different than perps trading on a DEX. It's much safer in that sense. And on the other side, it's a bit more volatile and I think more interesting for crypto people than just the plain vanilla Tesla or the plain vanilla S&P 500. The fact that you can take either short position or long position is also novel and hasn't been introduced before by other RWAs. So actually going short on something. We just discussed this week the SpaceX launch and the IPO and what's going to happen. And the multiplier on that is 110, guys and ladies. That is insane. So, what do you think about actually shorting SpaceX? Everybody called me crazy when I said that. They said Elon will go against me. I said, hey, we're the only ones who can offer that product. It's super interesting, right? So, um, I think that's like the initial explanation. It got a bit carried off with the SpaceX things because I think it's really exciting, but it was just to give perspective that unlike other RWAs that we've seen around, the ability to go short on something that you believe is going down is quite unique here. Once again, without that risk of being liquidated to zero. So um, that's the, I guess, gist or kind of intro to it. Is that clear, Barney? Am I like understandable?
I think that's pretty clear. Definitely, many people will relate to what you just mentioned in the audience because the definitely everyone or almost everyone here experienced getting brutally liquidated. So just knowing that you can still get the leveraged exposure without the risk of liquidation, I think that's pretty clear to everyone. If anyone has any questions or doesn't understand something we mentioned, or just want clarification, want us to go deeper into something, please let us know in the AMA stage chat, and we'd love to make it more interactive. Also, at the end of the AMA, there will be a segment for your questions alone. So if you have any questions, drop it there as well. And we'd be love to accommodate you with that. So yeah, please let's keep the conversation open. And to get back to your point, Michael, um, I feel like it's a very hot topic in the space right now. You see all these crypto people talking about stocks now and how crazy are the valuations. SpaceX, but even Intel. I'm sure you know it's around 100x price to earning as well, which is insane. Very strong voices from both sides. Some people saying it will go up, some saying it will go down. So Shift kind of um, goes into that perfectly because whether you want to short certain stocks, get the leverage exposure without the liquidation risk, Or if you want to go long, we have the product for you. You can do that on the Shift platform, and you don't have to be worried about the scam pumps or dumps, which unfortunately happens all the time on exchanges or like perplexes. I even watched one yesterday. I don't want to like drop any names, but I just saw one market who listed SpaceX actually, and the valuation was manipulated by someone from like 2 trillion to 1 trillion to liquidate people and make money on that. So I guess the core point of Shift is that you are very safe from that. You don't get um, you're not at mercy of market makers, market manipulators who are just hunting your positions on chain. You have the exposure, but you can't get liquidated. So if you don't want to go the maximum degen route, but you still want to maximize gains on your conviction, Shift is a place for you. Is that correct, Michael? Or
That is 100% correct. I think that you actually described it better than me. I'm kind of a tech geek, and I love to build products. I'm not the trader person, right? So I know a lot of people get liquidated. I myself stay away from these kind of things, and I just build. Um, but this is basically the reason why we're doing this. We wanted to find ways to bring value to the crypto market, and as we moved along, we saw a lot of assets being released, and we saw perps really adopted on the other side, but with all of those dangers. So we chose this middle ground that we think is very fit, and you know. Um, we're really happy with what we see until now. We've got a lot of interest from not only retail, but a lot of partners and a lot of institutions that want to get into this. And I think that we're seeing a lot of push from all directions. So it's really interesting to see how these kind of new and kind of novel products get adopted um, in this very curvy market, right? Things are shifting and swaying very fastly. Just to mention, the six assets that we brought are the first wave, but many more are to come. So we're looking at other assets that we think are relevant and fit to our audience, and we'll be bringing more assets in the coming weeks. So definitely stay tuned for that.
awesome. While we're on that, I see someone is asking if it will be possible to get like forex pairs on Shift.
So we're working on higher leverage. Yes, we're looking into how to do that safely between purchasing higher leverage ETFs or actually building mechanisms internally. But currently, I can't promise. I'm still checking that.
Okay, great. Thank you. I see someone is also asking, is it safe to just hold the token and not do anything with it? I can answer this as a user, as someone who purchased some of the Shift products and also notified like my whole network because I do think it's actually something that the space was missing, and I really like the safe aspect of it. Even though of course it's still a leverage asset, so if it goes the not your way, the unrealized losses, of course, follow the same pattern. But yes, it's perfectly safe to hold the token in the wallet and not do anything with it. It's basically the exposure to the leveraged equity on chain. So you can hold it in your Solana wallet. You don't have to transfer it. You don't have to do anything with it. And of course, if you want to exit the position, you can exit it on the same website, and nothing needed from you other than that. I think we can go
Yeah,
next then.
100%.
Awesome. So I have a few more questions for you, Michael. The Shift is live, and we have a very um, creative, let's say, airdrop system which people can take part in right now. So if you could walk us through um, how people can get involved with thrift right now. We already know about the assets, but what's the other part of it?
Absolutely. So coming with the assets is a community airdrop as we want to incentivize our most loyal people and most loyal community members. It's important for us to actually give back a lot of the profit that we make off this and actually more because we're, just starting now and we want to get as many people as possible on this. We're giving a huge giveaway. The points that you see will be translated to tokens later on, and it's a pretty big airdrop. So, first of all, what we did is create a platform that is built upon Snag. Snag Solutions is a point system measuring Web3 actions and also Web2 actions. So, there is a lot of social that can be done between connecting social accounts that gives you points. And the main focus is, of course, on chain trading. So, buying, holding, selling these RWAs gives you both points, gives you multipliers if you join early, and if you hold for a long time, gives you other sorts of multipliers. Holding multiple assets gives you other badges. There's all sorts of really, really creative badges that our marketing team created. Actually, Barney is one of the experts on this, so he can go into this even deeper than I can. But the things that we've created there are really cool. So between holding multiple assets and between buying a short on a day that a stock goes up and keeping on holding it, all sorts of fun trading stuff that people that are actually in these funny or peculiar positions or winning or losing positions, we catered to all these different situations where people can actually enjoy and earn points on the different things that may happen to them across the trading, right? So, going in really high for something that's slow or staying in position after a big dip and continuing to be there. All sorts of fun things that really make trading just a bit more, not only rewarding, but also really entertaining, if you ask me. So, really, thanks to the marketing team that created all these, fun stuff. I do want to emphasize that volume, holding time is most important. And another way that I would recommend, and I am working on expanding that kind of system, is the referral system. So I want people that bring in users that actually buy, that hold, to earn with us on that. The referral system is currently basically built. So any person you bring is tracked and is, how can we say, you brought him, he's yours forever, in that sense. And with that said, we will give money and tokens according to fees created by these users. So if you are bringing in a lot of users and these community members are trading a lot and holding a lot of AUM, you are going to earn with us on those users that you brought. So it's very important for me to mention that it's almost like an ambassadorship program, which we also will have, but referrals are a very important part of the system. And I'm going to double down on basically the points given and the amount of time that we invest in creating these dashboards that you'll be able to see your points from your users and people that you brought in. So it'll actually be a very strong incentive to people to bring in their friends because they can earn. So I guess that's the gist of it. Barney, did I miss anything like really, really cool and important? Yeah, probably like the leaderboard, right? The leaderboard. I didn't mention the leaderboard, but of course, you can see your position in ranking. We're running in seasons, so first season is 60 days. After 60 days, we'll probably kind of not reset, but do another season with different kind of creative stuff and points given will be given and awarded, and then a new season will begin. Of course, people who participate in season one and participate in season two will be definitely given points and tokens for that. So it's very important for us to, just create a very loyal community, and not just people that are here for the airdrop and then leave us the day after. I definitely want to emphasize that. um, so keep with us for a longer time, and we will be just like any good DAO, giving back. Didn't mention the buyback and things that we will do with the utility token later, but we can go into that in, I guess, next stage, in other talks, or if we have time.
Definitely, definitely. We wouldn't want to share all the alpha at once, right? We need
Oh yeah.
to keep people excited. So amazing overview of the airdrop system. Nothing really to add here. I think we can get to the part where we walk you guys through the website and describe it while showing you what exactly is happening there. Just a quick note before I start sharing my screen and get into that. So, as someone also working on the airdrop system and all the mechanisms behind it, for those who are like wondering what are the laws that we go by when we develop the system, first of all, that there is no farming. So if you're like a genuine user, if you are interested in Shift, you want to hold some equities, you will not get diluted in any way by um, people who are just hunting and trying to extract from the protocols. The whole system is meant to reward genuine users, people who are interested, and also, of course, to incentivize them to learn more about the platform, to build wealth with Shift, and to earn from the ecosystem. Because, of course, the best way to build a Web3 project is to have your community win with you. So you're not only um, the core idea is that you're not only getting the benefits of using the platform, which should be used in a way that will provide you a lot of value, but also on top of that, you can earn tokens, you can earn cool badges, you can also earn a lot of stuff that's being in the development right now. I won't share too much, but basically the system will just get more and more fun. But the core thesis will never end, will never change. Sorry. So as long as you uh, as long as you're not trying to game the system, this is for you, and you will be definitely very rewarded. Whether you're a small depositor or a big depositor, we also want to make sure that we refer to our community. We don't prioritize anyone um, over other people. So that's the core idea of the system, and of course, all the mechanisms that we're adding to it must follow that vision. Uh, so let's get into the screen share. So if you can see my screen now in the chat,
Yep,
or
100%.
okay,
I
okay,
can. I hope
okay,
others can.
perfect. I think we can start from the first page then. Maybe won't pass it to you, Michael, because this one is very straightforward. So here it's basically an overview of your profile on Shift. You can see your rank on the leaderboard. You can see what multiplier you're having right now. So for those who don't know, during the first week of the Shift launch, we have a 3x XP bonus for everyone on every position. So that's like a small thank you from us and an incentive to have that strong participation in the first week. So make sure you make use of that. When we start the second week, it will drop to 2x, and in the third week, that the base multiplier will reset to 1x, and then to earn multipliers, you will have to actually earn badges or different redacted for now ecosystem perks that will be revealed later. As Michael mentioned, we also very much so appreciate people who refer the platform to others. So here you can also find your referral link. Share it with your friends, get a share of their points, and grow together with a multiplier, and of course gain from that. There are also other ways to share. Everything is here pretty straightforward. We don't have to waste time on it. let's get to the juice. Let's get to the good stuff. Of course, we have the trade button here. It takes you to the trading platform. So maybe a very quick overview from you, Michael. Here, I'm sure people will appreciate some of the technical details here.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, the tech behind this is Jupiter. It's our swapper, but it's on Jupiter. So you're basically trading on Jupiter right now, through our website. What you see is a simple swapper with only USDC and our six initial tokens. I must mention it also works on mobile, but I also will mention that we're improving this and we're going to open this to every token and not only USDC. So make it way more comfortable for users. Currently, you can buy and you can sell 24/7 through this system. I will also mention one thing that I do want people to know regarding 24/7. We're still at a stage where RWAs are maturing, and even in TradFi, spreads are quite, I'd say, nasty on weekends. So if you don't need to, don't buy on weekends, because the spread is high and it's basically not a good thing to, be wasteful. The real magic in RWAs is that if you hold on a weekend and something goes down a big percent, you're the only person that can sell back to the market. You're the only person that can. The TradFi people, they're stuck with it until Monday. And the vice versa is also exactly the same situation where we know that something great is happening across the weekend and we're able to access it where nobody else is. So it's really important to mention that until that point that markets are open 24/7, not only for us, but on TradFi as well, the liquidity and spreads are going to be way better at that point. So right now, the best thing to do is wait for market hours, and also weekdays, nights are better, and then weekends are the worst. We have that on the education center, but it was very important for me to emphasize it for educating people how to do healthy trading.
Awesome, amazing. Thank you for that explanation. I think I can add from
Sure.
my perspective.
Maybe you want. Sorry. Do you want me to kind of just go over the basics on wallet and doing a swap, or is that maybe clear?
Sorry, I'm not sure if I was cutting off a little bit or you were there at the end. Maybe community can let us know in the chat if you can hear us both well. Sometimes Discord has this issue, so just making sure it's all good. We hear well. Okay, perfect.
I can repeat if you want. All right. I
No,
was,
no,
I was just
I think
saying that
it must be it
the
must have
basic.
been my internet. So I think we're good.
Yeah, we have a bit of a delay. Maybe it's all right. Can you hear
Yeah,
me well?
yep, I can hear you well, and I see that the community can too. So that's perfect. It does happen often with Discord, especially with these bigger town halls. I see we have 75 people now, so a lot of new people. If you're new here, we're here with Michael, one of the Shift founders. He first gave a quick overview of the team. Then we went into the product, into the airdrop system. So that's where we are right now. If I just might quickly add, on top of what you just mentioned, Michael, about the spreads. So when I was learning about that, how all these trades work, even before Shift, just with my crypto experience, I know that it's still not obvious for many people. So just to give like a very simple explanation for those who are new to this whole space and might have not understood it. Keep in mind, guys, for every order that you place, there has to be a buyer, right? It's not all done by the system, that there has to be a buyer for every seller. And also there has to be a seller for every buyer, right? So knowing that Shift is tokenizing equities and nobody else is doing that in the space, during weekends when there's no trading of equities because the traditional markets are closed, the spreads are bigger. And what does spreads mean? It means that there might not be an order, a buy order or a sell order close to the market price as you would wish, because simply the markets are closed and the only other traders are other people using shift. So the spreads might be bigger. You might lose like few percent on that trade. So if you don't have to do that on the weekend, don't do it. Wait till the markets open on Monday. But if you have to, um, just so you're mindful of it, you must know that there has to be a second person in that trade who puts the opposite order. And that sometimes, unfortunately, results in a slight loss. But of course, that's just how the market works. So I hope that's understandable. And now we can, of course, if not, let us know in the chat and we'll respond to that. And now we can move further, as you suggested, Michael. So you mentioned something about Uniswap. I didn't get the rest of what you were saying there.
I did not mention Uniswap. I mentioned a swap maybe, and I did
Oh,
say
okay.
that we're going to open the swap to not only USDC but any token available on Jupiter, because basically what you see is a front end on the Jupiter system. So just for everybody to know, we have launched via Jupiter RFQ system that allows basically trading back and forth with us 24/7. So we provide the liquidity and inventory, and we can buy back at any point. That's fully covered.
Awesome. Perfect. So for those who are new, once again, we only have 6 assets for now, but we're definitely planning to add much more soon. So even if there's no assets that you are currently interested in, don't worry. We're working on it, and very, very shortly you might see the assets that are of your interest on Shift. So definitely keep an eye on our socials because, of course, everything will be there, or just the Discord announcements. And while we're on that, I think we can move to the next page of our user experience. So that was the trade page on our Shift platform. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Here you can buy or sell the assets. And then we get to the airdrop page. So that's, of course, always the favorite one of our community. So maybe I'll speak a little bit on that. So here, basically, you can just track your positions. You can track your multiplier, the points that you're earning, and your place on the leaderboard. For now, it's a pretty simple system, and we also are not planning on overcomplicating it. The more you hold your assets, the longer you hold your assets, and the more you add to them, that's basically what will get you more points. That there's no rewards for wash trading. There's no rewards for fake volume. It's just the genuine holder behavior that is rewarded, and we really made sure to keep that embedded in the math of the airdrop, so you don't have to worry about getting diluted. And also, if you were looking for a way to game the system, very sorry to disappoint, but the holders here. A very cool thing about our airdrop system is that we do have badges. We will have even more badges. Some of them are not available yet, but it's in the development, and very soon all of these will be for you to get, and more. So what are badges? Just like a very quick overview so that you don't get confused with how many of them are there. So badges reflect your trader behavior, and trader behavior might not be the most accurate. I would say more accurate would be your holder behavior. So if you're doubling down on the assets that you believe in, if you keep coming back to the platform, if you keep investing in the stocks that you're interested in, that behavior will unlock you most of the badges. Badges also have like the second side to them that we haven't announced yet, but I think it's fine to mention because that's very close to being released. There will be real world event based badges coming to the platform, which means if there's something very interesting happening in the world, if there's like any crazy news, and I'm sure all of you know that we're getting these maybe even too often these days with some of the public figures, we will be adding these events and particular trade behaviors during that events to the badges system, to just make it more fun to commemorate some moments that you will share with us with Shift by using Shift to trade on these news, crazy events, whatever it is that happens in real world. So we are on the lookout on these events, and if you're a trader who tracks what's happening in the world and makes the trades based on that, you will probably rack up some of these badges because we'll make sure to keep track of that and to deliver because that's going to be definitely a very fun way to both trade. Should be also a profitable way for you if of course you made the right call, and on top of that you will get a nice personalized badge to remember that moment, and that will convert to airdrop as well. So should be hopefully very fun for you. That's for now mostly it on the badges. Would you like to add anything on top of that, Michael?
Um, yeah, we're adding a lot of surprises and a lot of different things. I really liked the creative that the marketing team did on the badges, I must say. I admit I was not part of the creative team on that. I do a lot of other stuff, but not that. So kudos to you guys. Really great job. Love it.
Amazing. Happy to hear that. So I think the last user experience step that we have to go through is going to the loyalty page. So as you can see, we have badges on the airdrop page, and we also have badges on the loyalty page. So that why is that? We launched the pre-registration campaign first. You probably saw that on our X around 2 weeks ago. If you didn't see that, then make sure to check it out. But basically, that allowed you to gain the first batch, and we want to continue that. We definitely didn't exclude people who took part in that campaign. So if you want to gain like a one-time boost and a badge for connecting your socials and for getting on the social leaderboard, please do that on the loyalty page. It's a very simple task. Takes few minutes. Get you some airdrop points and also a cool badge. So that's basically it there. Those are the only social tasks that will add, maybe aside of like one very small social task that might appear very soon as well. But just keep in mind, these social tasks, we don't put much weight on it. It's like a very um, marginal amount of points that will go to that compared to the platform usage. So if you're not into the social tasks, if you don't want to take part in it, it's completely fine. It won't affect your airdrop much. It's just a way from us to give that very um, slight but still for some people interesting recognition for supporting us on our socials. So for those who are doing that on daily basis, thank you for that. We definitely see the socials growth over the last weeks, and we hope to keep it up or even accelerate. So thanks for all the support. That's it on the airdrop system. Anything you would like to add to that or summarize that with, Michael?
Yeah, I think you did it well. Great system. I like it. There's a lot of improvements that we're making day by day, and very open for feedback. So please tell us what you think. We're fixing a lot of issues. We know that there were Discord Connect issues which are now fixed. There were leaderboard issues which are now fixed. Few graphics issues which we saw, and a lot of badges that take some time to appear. Be patient with us. Thank you. And we're working on everything and making it, the best and fastest that possible. Points are awarded pretty fast. So, correct me, Barney, it's supposed to be like 10 minutes after on-chain action and after actions. Um, but once again, if something doesn't work fast, wait a bit, try it again, refresh. If it still doesn't work, talk to us on Discord, talk to us on Telegram. We'll make sure you get whatever you've earned and deserve.
100%, definitely. Yeah, sorry for but oh my god, sorry for the issues, everyone, with the launch. We know that not the technical side broke a little bit with the badges. It wasn't awarding them as fast as we wish it was, but we're definitely on it. We're improving every day, so um, bear with us, bear with us. We're pushing hard, and we're very glad to see that you keep supporting us through that. Um, Definitely means a lot to us. So I think we
Absolutely.
can get to the next part of our AMA. Um, right before we get to the Q&A part, um, let's get to the alpha, Michael. Please, as much as possible, if you could share with our community, of course, without revealing any sensitive info, what's coming for Shift? What can we be excited for in the next months?
Ooh, okay. I actually, I'm the one that does reveal things, and then get, shouted at by the team. So let me try to give some alpha. We're working on the next bunch of assets. So the next batch that we will release, hopefully next week or the week after, should include interesting things like NVIDIA. And we're also working on a yield bearing product like STRC. So expect seeing some of that soon. We're working on more partnerships, more distribution channels. Without mentioning any names, we're going to be on big exchanges very soon, or DApps as well. So definitely stay tuned for more partnerships. And these partnerships will allow doing more with the tokens. Um, Maybe lending, maybe borrowing, maybe staking, um, and all sorts of very, very interesting things that we're planning. More chains soon. We already announced our BNB partnership, so we will probably launch on BNB in, I hope, the next month. Um, and of course, I know that everybody's waiting to know when TGE is. I can't give an exact date, but hopefully within Q3 2026. So stay tuned for more news on that.
Amazing. Thank you for the alpha. Now I'm, I was suspecting that you're the right person to bring for an AMA, but now I'm 100% sure you all got the juice that you wanted. So do with it what you will. I see we have 80 people now, so hello everyone. We're getting to the last part of our AMA now, so please drop your questions in the chat. I saw some cool questions before, so I'll get to that. But if you'd like us to answer anything else, please let us know. And in the meantime, for those who just joined, please make sure to check out the recording of this AMA. It will be posted later on. So if you missed something that was interesting for you, you can check it out there. And let's get to the questions. Let me just find the one that I saw that had very, very cool questions. Okay, question from Marilyn. How does the token integrate into Shift's actual infrastructure and long-term AI agent ecosystem beyond just trading incentives and point farming?
Fantastic question. So, I was going into a bit of that before when we talked about the airdrop, but now we can actually talk about the mechanism. So, what we built is a buyback system where every time an RWA is minted, some of the fees go towards buyback, and so you're getting constant buy pressure, and these are held I think it's and it's I think about 50% of the fees towards those buybacks. So once again, every time an RWA is minted in the system, um, we have a double structure where the LTD corporation that is a licensed issuer has to buy from the DAO with at least 50% of the fees, utility tokens, and hold them for at least 2 years. And then you're basically getting this constant flywheel buyback mechanism, which is pushing the price up. That is how we integrate it. It's like gas, but nobody has to hold it like, to mint RWAs or do anything. So it's backstage gas. You don't feel it, and it just pumps all the time backstage, which is amazing, I think. Happy to hear feedbacks on that. Of course, we'll have the regular staking mechanisms and, hopefully a lot of different activities. Governance with these tokens is also part of it. The DAO will be governed by these utility tokens. But once again, I think that the real, the deep connection of the RWAs and the utility token are the most interesting and most, I guess, novel thing here, which also gives the foundation itself a lot of, I guess, funds and the ability to create a treasury of its own, which will be built by very risk averse RWAs. So we intend to invest in things like T-bills in order to get money that's not inflating and have a rich foundation. These will be used for marketing activities, for tech activities, and to basically sustain and maintain the DAO along its life cycle. Make sense?
Makes perfect sense. The community can let us know in the chat if you want us to specify on like any of these, let us know, but please keep in mind a lot of that stuff when you go into details needs definitely preparation. But overall, I think that the system is amazing. I hope that answers the question well, and we can get to the next one. So the next one from the same person, actually, he sent three very amazing questions. What mechanisms are in place to ensure the 3x point system remains fair for smaller community members and not dominated by whales or capital-heavy users? Would you like to take this one, Michael, or would you like me to answer?
I'll do my best, but I think I can answer it easily. I mean, the 3x multiplier is for every person. There is no limitation on it. There's no minimum, as far as I know. Barney, correct me if I'm wrong. And OGs that came in early will get it no matter what. Nobody's going to take that from them. Correct me if I'm wrong, Barney, like
Yeah,
in terms of mechanism.
exactly. And also, if you look at the whale's behavior, if you stay active, if you look at the badges, do all the tasks, you will see that it will most likely even out the odds. Of course, it won't make your deposit 100 times bigger, but um, if you like stay on top of your game with the platform, you are active, you can definitely stack up these points from badges, the multipliers. That will help you catch up to those huge depositors because most of them just basically buy and forget about the asset. But if you stay active, you can definitely rack up more of these points and make that gap smaller. So um, that's what we did to keep in mind those smaller depositors that we also want in our community. We want them to hold the token, to get the rights to get the token, because of course it's the community is the most important thing in Web3. So we definitely keep track of that and keep that in mind. Let me re-invite you, Michael. I see. Okay.
I pressed the wrong button. I really miss the emojis from X. Like X Spaces rug all the time, and Discord is great for that. But where are my emojis? I want to do like 100% and hearts and stuff, and there's none of that. So I pressed the wrong button.
On the next one, you just have to turn on your camera and show the emojis to the camera.
Definitely do that next time. I apologize that I'm not with my camera on today. To all the community members, happy to do this in video next time. Just on the move today. Apologies for that.
Yeah, definitely. We'll schedule that. And for the next question, how will Shift sustain genuine ecosystem participation and utility after the initial token incentives and rewards campaigns slow down?
Sorry, could you repeat that one?
Yes, one second. How will Shift sustain genuine ecosystem participation after the initial token incentives slow down?
That's a great one. That's one for all of us. Listen, finding real users that have a real problem that actually need this product is the most important thing for us. So the airdrop is a nice pusher, but actually tapping into communities and tapping into countries, jurisdictions, and people that have specific, let's say, challenges and need this product or need these lines of product is the most interesting thing for us. Finding real adoption and not only incentivization. Incentivization doesn't last forever. We're bringing more products. We're expanding the current offering with more assets, but not only. We're also creating another, I'd say, line of products, which is, as I said, yield bearing, more in the vaults. So we actually expect to get a lot of real people adoption, and not only from Web3, we're working with a few financial institutions to actually get their Web2 users on board. So a lot of initiatives, a lot of partnerships, but real adoption is key. I think that, airdrops don't last forever, and we all have to work very hard to actually gain adoption with more eyes and more ears. We're doing a lot with many partners and distribution partners, as I think that's key to get in front of as many people as possible to be known. You can have great technology, but if nobody knows about it, then you're not getting anywhere. So partnerships like Jupiter, Meteora, Camino, Orca, Solana, Chainlink, those are the ones that I think are the ones that'll move us forward and get us from where we are right now into the place that we're, let's say, adopted by thousands and many, many more users. That's how I see it. Happy to hear other takes.
Amazing. I think that's a perfect answer. So with that beautiful long-term vision, uh, I think we can end. I don't see many more questions. Some of the ones that I see you already responded to. So thanks a lot for your time, Michael. Thank you everyone who joined that AMA. I hope you enjoyed it. If you were late, make sure to check out the recording. And for the future, we want to welcome you to our Discord events. Make sure to check them out. We're running daily activities here, so you can earn some more points on that. Um, yeah, thank you, Michael. If you'd like to close out with your ending words.
Yeah, sure. First of all, thanks a lot, Barney. Thanks for hosting the show and giving the attention. And I know you give a lot of your day to Shift, so thanks for that, and thanks for the long term support. Appreciate it a lot. And thank you very very much to the audience that came today, and to every person here that came to listen to us and is interested in our products and in the community. It's really exciting, and I'm really really happy to have you with us. Also, please feel very free to directly communicate with us on Telegram, on Discord. Ask us anything at any time. There's a mod, I think, awake across the world every point 24/7. I'm there a lot of the time. If anybody needs me specifically, can ask me to DM back. I will DM you back. It may take me a couple of hours, but I will. So feel very free to talk to us, and don't be ashamed if you have a problem, technical problem, an issue. Don't be embarrassed. Let us know. We can help. We have a great team. It's really, really friendly, and is very down to earth and humble. So please talk to us anytime about anything.
Amazing. Yeah, I want to double down on that. Definitely speak to us about everything and give us your feedback on the platform. We're nothing without the community. We want to know what you genuinely think about the platform, how we can improve it. So just let us know anytime, ping us anytime. Even if we don't answer right away, there's always the community team, as Michael mentioned, and they will make sure to pass the feedback to us. So let's stay in touch, everyone. We'll definitely do more of these AMAs. This was super fun for me. Thank you, Michael, a lot. That was an amazing hour, and thanks everyone for joining. Have an amazing Friday. Have an amazing weekend. Enjoy, spend time with your families, and let's push hard again on Monday because the job's not finished. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Have a great weekend.
Hey, everybody. Bye bye. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Barney, so much. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. Love you guys. Bye bye.